Howdy, folks. Cameron here. And have I got something exciting today? Reverse aging. I'm really 80. I look pretty good for 80, right? So, have you heard the new buzz about NMN? NMN, nicotinamide mononucleotide. Oh my goodness, I could keep us on here for 2 hours talking about this stuff. But what is it? It is actually a compound that is within us intrinsically. And it is also found in foods to some degree. But again, I'm just going to give you the bird's eye view, the 40,000-foot view of what this is. So nicotinamide mononucleotide. This is, let's just say, anti-aging and longevity. So there's this Harvard geneticist. His name is David Sinclair. He has done this incredible, truly life-changing research on a lot of different things, but particularly in the forefront of his research now is on the substance NMN. And sorry guys, I have a cold, sound kind of weird. But not only has David Sinclair done the research, but there's also other people, researchers that have followed his lead and gotten the same results. And what they've found is NMN is, there's so many benefits to this, guys. Mainly it's neuroprotective, meaning neuroprotective, the neurons in your head. So it's really a potent protector of the things in our cells that cause aging. And what they've determined is the cause of aging is a decline in our NMN levels. And what they've done in aging mice, so these mice literally have gray hair. So they feed these mice NMN and they have reversed the gray hair. And of course, what goes along with with gray hair is all of the later in life repercussions, like we start moving slower, we start getting aches and pains and gaining a little bit of weight. Well, they've reversed all of this in mice. And guys, they have studies on people that have shown the same things. But here's the deal. This particular substance is, what do I want to say? It is somewhat expensive. It's more expensive than your average everyday letter supplements, A, B, C, D, those type of supplements. But what David Sinclair has discovered is when, how do I say this? Biological age, that's the word I'm looking for. So what they've discovered is it reverses biological age. And what that means simply is, if we do a blood test right now, and let's say your blood test comes back with XYZ markers. XYZ markers indicate that you're 50 years old. And from that moment on, you start taking NMN. And let's say in 6 weeks, in 8 weeks, we draw the exact same markers. Those markers now indicate that you're 42 years old. So there has been a biological reversal of markers, blood markers, in a number of different people. David Sinclair is actually one of these people that has reversed his biological age. And if you Google this guy, I think he's 50, I don't know, 50 and change. He looks 12. He literally looks 12. And I think an even more, an even more potent testimonial is his dad. His dad lives in Australia. And I don't know if you've ever done that trip. I've done it. And It is literally 23 hours of airtime, cumulative 23 hours in the air. And you start out from the East Coast. So if you're on the West, or I'm sorry, you start out on the West Coast, leaving for Australia. So if you're on the East Coast, I flew from Florida to San Francisco, which is a haul. And then from San Francisco to Hawaii, then from Hawaii to New Zealand, then from New Zealand to Sydney. But you're talking 23 hours of airtime, and you're crossing the international date line. And I did this when I was 29. Dude, I could drink until 5 a.m. and have to be at work at 6 a.m. No problem. But then I did that Australia trip and I had jet lag for 5 days. It was awful. Well, it's really, really, really challenging on older people. David Sinclair dad, 80 something, had all of the typical aging signs that we would expect. He was kind of hunched over. He didn't have very good eyesight. He moved really slow, meaning slow reflexes. Mine was still good, but never would drive at night because he had the night vision thing going on. And of course, his son, being a Harvard geneticist, he tells his dad, Dad, you got to start taking NMN. Not only would his son not come see him in the States because David works at Harvard, but his dad wouldn't drive at night. I think I mentioned that because he had the night vision thing going on. So after David suggests he takes NMN, he starts taking it. I don't know the time frame, the elapsed time frame from when he started taking until these positive benefits occurred. But his dad not only is now driving and doesn't have any night vision issues or concerns, but he's coming from Australia to the east coast of east coast of the United States with no issues at all. He is upright. He's moving with no concerns, no walking aids, and the guy doesn't get sick. He's upright. He's spry. He does not look like an 80-year-old. This is incredible. And I have seen, heard, read account after account after account of NMN doing just that. White hair reversal in people. I mean, guys, what this is doing, it's working at the cellular level of where aging occurs. And it just makes sense if you think about it. When we get older, certain things decline, with the exception of fat. Fat increases because what happens? Our activity levels decline. But all these other uh, substances and body compounds that we have to keep us our energy levels up and fat away and to keep us lean and muscular and strong, they all decline with age. And and hormones, think about that. That's why hormones get depleted as we age. So if you think about this, what do? We get hormone replacement, right? Right. And then boom, we feel good. So what happens when your NMN levels decline? Well, you potentially get slower, you potentially get more challenging thought processes, you get maybe neurodegenerative compromise, you age. Basically you age. But guys, this can be reversed with consistent use of NMN. And if you're wondering, well, how much is it and where do I get it? How long do I have to take it? And what's the dose? I'm getting ready to tell you that. This is actually, here, hold on. I don't know if you can see this, but this is actually, can you see it? Can you see it? Can you see it? This is one of the products that I actually do sell. I sell NMN. And here's the deal. You can go online and you can find NMN all day long online. You can find it all day long. The NMN that David Sinclair currently uses and used for the research that I was just sharing with you is by a company called Youth Ever NMN. It is made in China. They're an incredibly reputable chemical company that I actually am one of the only authorized resellers in the United States of this particular Youth Ever NMN. Like I said, you can get NMN everywhere. I can't verify the safety and the efficacy of this because I don't know where it came from. I don't even know if the powder that's in the bag is what it claims that it is. I get my NMN in bulk directly from the company in which David Sinclair did his research on, the NMN that David Sinclair does his research on. And guys, David Sinclair, I mean, he is like the end all be all for anti-aging and longevity. And if you're interested in that, and I'm sure that you are, if you're over 50, you're worried about gaining fat, losing muscle, jet lag. David Sinclair talks a lot about jet lag and how it's so helpful in recovering quicker with when you take NMN, because obviously he goes to Australia a lot because, well, his dad lives in Australia. But also reversing white hair, preventing white hairs, recovery from working out. You're not so sore. And guys, I take this on a daily basis. And there's a caveat when you take this. And I only know this because I follow David, but NMN, much like protein, needs a taxi service. It needs a carrier molecule to bring it into your cells of your body. You can take NMN and it will be somewhat effective. But remember, it's like taking CoQ10. Remember the video I did on CoQ10? If you saw that, if you just take a normal CoQ10 that's water soluble, you're probably going to get about a quarter of absorption from that CoQ10, unless it's fat soluble. And it's called that crystal dispersion method, holy hell, specifically for the CoQ10, the crystal dispersion method. Well, NMN has a similar caveat type situation, if you will, that you can take it, but it's much better absorbed if you take it with TMG. I'm not even going to attempt that, but you'll know it as the common everyday, oh my gosh, help me out here. Help me. Betaine chloride. It is oh my gosh, why am I losing it here? I know this like the back of my hand. I take it every day. Uh, Enzymes. You take digest, thank you. Thank you. You take digestive enzymes to help digest food. Well, that's the digestive enzyme, betaine, is TMG. Betaine is just the common everyday name for trimethylglycine is the name of the compound, but TMG. So when you take TMG at the same time as NMN, you're getting 100% absorption. Well, I say 100%, you're getting close to 100% absorption, depending on what else you have going on. So guys, if you care about longevity, reversing your biological age biomarkers and your blood work, the way your body ages internally, consider taking NMN. Consider taking it. Again, you can get it from a number of different sources out there, but I can guarantee you that mine is 100% pure and it's not adulterated. It comes directly from the manufacturer in China, from which David Sinclair gets his, not only his NMN, but where the research that he's done at NMN, this is the same exact product. So if you are interested in this, by all means, reach out to me and I can send that, I can get that out to you right away. And I also have TMG. TMG is super cheap. I want to say, don't hold me to this. I would have to go look it up, but the same size bag is about, I don't know, maybe 12 bucks. The NMN for this bag, which is going to be a little bit over a month's supply, is about, I think it's about 120 bucks. And remember, it's the Youth Ever brand. So guys, once again, if you have questions or concerns, by all means, reach out to me. And please, 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 this is something that's very, very dear to my heart. If if you ever consider buying supplements or buying coaching services, please consider what I have to offer, because not only does it benefit you, but it's going to benefit something that's very near and dear to my heart, which is animal rescue, specifically dog rescue. A portion of everything that comes to me, I take that and turn it around and invest in dogs that need rescuing. They're at high kill shelters, and they are they're either disabled or they're seniors and they need help big time. So I would urge you to consider investing in my services, if for none other reason than that itself. It's that cause is very near and dear to my heart. Okay, that is all for me. And if you have questions, you know how to find me. It's email us, hey there at stealyourbodyback.com, or you can DM me, or you can, a lot of you have my cell phone number. You can by all means reach out to me that way. And as always, guys, I really thank you so much for watching and supporting me and my channel and all of my efforts to not only better you, but better dogs as well. And I love you guys, and I will see you very soon.